Good evening. Welcome. Hope you are all well. Welcome to my Sunday evening live. I'm Emma Goddard and you'll find me at coastalcrafter.com. Good evening, Joanna. Hey, Sue. Sue and Anne. Got comments coming from YouTube at the minute. I'm not sure if I've gone live on Facebook. That's curious. If you're over... Paul, you've just answered my question. Long time no see. Hello. Good evening, Jill. Good evening, Carol. How are you all doing? We've had lots of crafting this weekend. It's been a busy one. So... hello, lovely Hazel, Pam, Melissa, welcome. Hope you are all doing all right. We had, what have I had? Since I last saw you, the retreat has happened, my in-person and my online retreat, I think. So my dates are correct. I don't think I was on last Sunday. Did I miss you last Sunday? I think I maybe did. I was full on... oh no, was I here? I can't remember. I think I was here. I was here. We did frames, didn't we? We did 3 frames on a long card. I was here. It's all coming back to me now. Claire says, relaxing after my Saturday night at Take That. Oh, was it amazing? Was it good? I've been seeing lots of people at the Take That concerts. It looks amazing. I was here. Yes, I know. I'm lost with dates. Totally lost with dates. So I had the last week off of my day job. So I have had a week off and it's just been a week of catching up on myself, really. All the jobs, taking stuff out of the boot of my car to the charity shop, getting sorted and tidied up at home, getting washing done, all that boring stuff. And it's been half-term holidays for the kids here. So Joshua's been off and we've been out for far too many lovely bits of food. So we've been out for breakfast. We've been out with friends to have cake, mostly down at the seafront, which has been lovely. So yeah, Lisa says, glad to catch you live. Oh, I'm glad you could catch me live. Hello. Karen, I saw them at Milton Keynes. Michelle, fancy seeing you again. So the lovely Michelle is over on her travels from Australia. And we were able to catch up this afternoon. So I was out again for more cake and tea this afternoon. In Arundel with the lovely Michelle sitting in the sunshine. So that was rather lovely. It's been a hard week, but someone's had to do it. It's been nice. It's been nice just to catch up. Not as much crafting, I have to say, in the week as I would have liked, but all the other stuff has been good to get done. So, and then where were we? So Friday and Saturday evening, I had my online retreat. So that was lots of fun. So we recreated all the projects from my in-person retreat over the Friday and the Saturday evening. So what have I... Jen says it's official. I'm more in love with birdhouses now than I was before your summer retreat. We've had birdhouse and other projects, so it's been lots of fun. Right, let me let you know what we're going to do this evening. So things coming up for me, I've got a Spotlight in Nature class next Thursday and Friday at my home, and then the following Saturday, so that will be the 15th, is the online version of that class. So kits have now closed, but if you would like to join online for that class, then the link is in the description. I've also got coming up at the end of the month on the 28th and the 29th, my double class, and kits are still open for that one. That is using... Which way round did I do them? That one is using the Layers of Beauty, I believe. I think that's the one I did first. Yeah, 28th and 29th of June, Layers of Beauty double class. So the link for the Spotlight on Nature class will take you to my class landing page on my website, and all my upcoming classes are on there. So whether you're looking for an online class or a kit by post, then they are all there for you. So Emma says, how was the retreat a week ago? I know, a whole week. It's bonkers, absolutely bonkers. So yeah, it's crazy. Right, tonight I thought I would bring you a little teaser of using Spotlight on Nature. So anything I create tonight will not be the projects that we are doing at the class. But this one here, so butterfly, flowers and leaves. 15th of June, if you want to come along online to create something with these. There are complementary dies, I would say, with this set. They are these fabulous circles. There's 2 pages of them. I've got them kind of all over the place, but you've got pages of these circle dies, and they've all got different kind of patterns to them. So you've got some with these like little flowery dots, some that have just got lines, and some that have got like a dotted line. I'm not sure how well that's showing on there. I should put the camera facing down on the screen, really. I just used that set to a challenge. Oh, brilliant. It's it's a lovely set. So I thought I'd do a little bit of watercoloring. It's always my go-to. Watercoloring is my go-to when I don't know quite what I'm going to make. So that's what we're doing this evening. Let me grab my desk camera. If you've got any colour suggestions, feel free to pop them in the comments. They would be very welcome. Let's see if I can get you. There we go. So we've got, just going to give this one a clean. So we've got the flower, we've got the leaf, these kind of textured bits, so there's sort of speckles and hatched lines, and then this butterfly. So shall we grab a little bit of watercolour paper maybe, and as I say, if I'm ever thinking what shall I make, it always tends to be watercolouring will be my go-to. So let's wonder if we can. I like a trio of these leaves, but I wonder if we do them across some panels. But we'll maybe stamp them on this full piece first, and then we can chop them up if we need to. And I'll show you it stamped in a colour, just so you can get a feel for how it stamps. Let me grab the Shy Shamrock just as a ink pad, because Sue said in colours, but look at that. So, gorgeous detail on those leaves, really pretty. So that's good evening, Sharon. Good evening, Shaz, over on YouTube. Let's some Versamark, and we will get our buddy. So if you're embossing, the embossing buddy is always a good idea because it will sort of get rid of the static on your paper. And grab our Versamark, and we'll go. I was thinking about making I had thought about making a frame with this, but I'm going to go panels for the minute, and then we'll maybe come back to a frame. The other thought I had was a wreath. Now, that will come as a shock to most of you because it's so rare that I make a wreath. So unusual. I thought I'd really push myself out of my comfort zone making a wreath with flowers. Good evening, lovely Lynn. Judy, Natalie, welcome. Jen says always love an Emma wreath. So we might use some, if I do this watercolouring, maybe chop these up and just we could just make one big wreath tonight, couldn't we? That could be kind of cool. Maybe do a bigger card, but let's see. Jill says, yeah. Who am I kidding, right? Who am I kidding? Right, let's Jane's just arrived home. Oh, no place like home. I hope you've got a nice cup of tea and your feet up, Jane. Been on our travels. Jane came down to my retreat, which was just lovely. So good to see you all in person. Because these are heat in the white, then we will have those as an outline to watercolour. Okay, so what should we... Wasn't it so lovely, Claire? So nice to see everyone in real life. It was wonderful. I know there was many people who are much further afield, i.e. in another country, that were unable to travel, but for those who were able to travel, it was lovely. Right, let me touch that. Wasn't quite caught. Right, let me grab my paintbrush or water painter. And shall we go? So we've got Shy Shamrock on the desk, or we could go we don't even have to go green on the leaves, but I think I will. We could go with our Granny Apple, kind of Granny Apple Old Olive, or could go Shy Shamrock and go for the brighter green. I'm thinking Melon Mambo for the pink. So, but the Shy Shamrock could be really nice with the Melon Mambo. Could be a really lovely bright combo. Should we try a bit of Shy Shamrock? Just do a little tester. That would be the green. Go with Shy Shamrock. It's new. It's nice to have a new colour out, isn't it? You see that all right? I don't know what my camera's a bit of weird shadowing tonight. Hopefully you can see that okay. Right, let's add a little bit of up to these leaves. You can always add a little bit of darker colour if you want, or mix the greens. Just because we use Shy Shamrock doesn't mean we can't add in some of the Granny Apple. I can add darker green. Good morning, Vicky. What time is it with you? Is it around 6-ish? Or are you even earlier? It's pretty in there. Shamrock green. It is quite vibrant though. There's no getting away from that. It's not a light green, is it? So what happens if we mix a little bit of, which is completely different. So this is your Granny Apple. I'll just push that in and mix a little bit. We can have a little bit of that green in there. We can mix those together, which gives a lovely kind of yellowy green. And a little bit more darker Shy Shamrock. Just kind of mix them. So you've got a bit of a different tone going on there. Pretty. Oh, not quite 6. Still got a 5. 5:51. That is early. Early. What shall we do? Shall we do some in? That's Granny Apple. The only trouble with this is you've got the white stem where I've done the white embossing, and there isn't anything to kind of colour that, so the stem's a bit lost, but we can see how that works when we cut it out. That's the only thing with the white outline. I might have been better with just a stays on actually, or a darker, maybe a gold or something metallic embossing. But, you know, give it a try. That's squidged and lovely Liz. Good evening. You are quite all right. I've only just started painting these leaves. So we are using Spotlight on Nature. And it's all right. Do you know what? I'm painting 3 of them and I'm not, it's all right. I'm sure it will come together, but it's the white embossing is not thrilling me, if I'm honest with these. It's all right, but it's not. It's because there's no stem to these leaves. But you know, when we cut them out, we might not even need the stem. We might just cut the leaves out and use them in a slightly different way. So there we go. I'm definitely over on Facebook, Kathleen, because Liz is there and Claire's there. So I'm not sure where I'm hiding on Facebook. I'm there. But you found me on YouTube. That's good. Right. This should look great. Thank you. Okay. We've got some leaves. Let's do some flowers. So we've got, now I could do the same as we've done with the, oh, that's a good idea, Kim. Kim said, could I use blends for the stem? That's a good idea. I could. What a great idea. Let's do, we don't need to worry about the stems on this because we're just going to use flowers, I think. Well, I am now because I haven't stamped the stems. So we'll do a set of flowers and emboss those. Let's put our ink. Let's close up our inks because we don't want the powder flying into the inks. And I'll get the powder on those. And four. I mean, that looks quite pretty as it is, actually. That would make a nice card background. Very pretty. The tops of these flowers heated. Really there. Yeah, that would look beautiful, wouldn't it? Maybe do that as a bit of a background then, Liz. Right, let's get our melon mambo, Liz's favourite colour. Any combo of pink, especially the brights. Right, let's do that. And I might just grab a re-inker for the melon mambo so that we've got a little bit more ink. The drops will do. And then we can, that's quite strong. Picked up a lot on my paintbrush there. Give this a go. If I grab my tissue, we can just put that out. There's buds. And oh, Bianca, lucky. She's on her holidays, on her hollybobs. How lovely. So I've just had a week off myself, although I stayed at home. So, but it was lovely nonetheless. So it was very relaxing, actually. Just able to catch up with friends and yeah, just have a week of just being and sort of taking it day by day to choose what we were doing, which was nice. So the beauty with the watercolour is if you want to add more kind of darker of the pink, we can come back and add more of the darker ink afterwards. Add another layer. And then Claire's off on holidays as well. Oh, can't complain. I've had some lovely holidays this year already. On stage in Rotterdam and then been away. It's been rather wonderful, and we're only in June, so can't complain. Okay, so we've got the pop of pink and we've got our leaves. Let's cut these. There's a butterfly in this set as well, like a half butterfly, which is rather lovely. The dies, of course, are the circle dies, so we haven't got dies to cut these out. Oh, Mary's is taking a mini break to watch. No stamping for me until you move. Oh, are you on the move now? Everything's packed. That's it. All packed. Oh, thank you, Michelle. This is relaxing watching me colour. It's relaxing colouring, but yeah, it's let's see. Oh, let's try and keep you on the screen. Hey. If only that were true. Oh, it's endless, isn't it? When you're packing up, it feels like it's never going to end. It's where did all this stuff come from? Even just when we were having when we were decorating the upstairs of our house, and we were trying to empty rooms to have carpet laid, it was just unreal the amount of stuff that was coming. You think there wasn't this much stuff in that room. It's yeah, it multiplies when you start to try and empty a room out. It's quite something. Not too bad. Now we've cut that out. It's looks more leaf like now we've got it cut. I still might cut those leaves away from the stem, but we'll start with that and then see where we go when we layer it together. And I might cut a circle to kind of start us off for our wreath. Mary says I may have over purchased. I don't think we can over purchase stamping supplies. All needed. All needed. There was a reason we bought each item. Right. this. Who went for the bundle with this and who went for the dies on their own? Because I was thinking, oh, I'm just going to get the dies, and I thought, nope, I'm going to get both because I'm going to regret not having the stamp set. I'm going to see and then think, So I went for the bundle. This is an off the hoof creation, Liz. Definitely off the hoof. I've been out in Arundel with the lovely Michelle eating cake this afternoon and eating fruit scones and drinking tea and nattering to her. And I came home and finished sorting out some bits for an upcoming class. Cleared my desk, had dinner and then sat down. So this is me. Random as you like. The only thing I thought of was the stamp set and the watercolouring. So, like an off the hoof. Right, let's keep maybe some of that foliage. I might stick some green on that. Might help when we're assembling. The thing with the watercolour cardstock, where I've used watercolour, it is slightly thicker, so the cutting out becomes a little bit, not trickier, but it's definitely firmer on the scissors for cutting the watercolour card out. You definitely get to see my creative process tonight. So let's I think it might just be a one project evening because this I feel like it's gonna be a bit of a process, but we'll see how we go. That one's definitely got no foliage. I wonder if we can add in some leaves from somewhere as well, like some, maybe a punch leaf. What could we pair together with this? Whoop. A bit close to the edge on that one. These are cute little, like, they look like little tulip buds, don't they, when they're like this? That's sweet. Sweet little tulips. Small flower buds. Yeah, so I've had Friday, Saturday and tonight creating because I had my online retreat on Friday and Saturday evening. So we had 7:30. We were there till about 11, I'd say. It was maybe 11:15. We overran a little bit on the first night. And then on the second night we were nearer 10 o'clock. That was great fun. And we created cards and 3D projects. So yeah, it was busy. The DSP or embossing folder. Yes. See, right, we've got 2 more buds to cut out. I'm hoping I'm going to use all of these. I feel like I should now I've painted them. You know what, I think I'm going to lose that foliage off that other one. I don't think I need it. Didn't say you do on Friday. Ah, that's all right, Liz. The replay is there for you. Sometimes you can't help the unexpected visitors, can you? It's lovely. So you've got to just go with it, haven't you, when they arrive. Right, let's assemble. So yeah, any of my classes or the retreat, if you ever join them and you're in the wrong time zone or you're busy or life happens, then the replays are always there, so you can always catch them again as many times as you wish. You don't have to worry about being up at the right time of day necessarily. I know some people do, and that is lovely. Let me grab some Melon Mambo cardstock and circle dies. Maybe we could do a layer of Melon Mambo. Which die do we want? What shall we do? So I do have, I think, in my magic drawer, some bits, maybe. Got one circle in here. A few more here. So I do have a couple cut, which is nice. That is a sort of the biggest circle, that one. I'm thinking kind of if I cut through, it doesn't what does it leave me? It doesn't leave me that pattern, it just cuts the hole, doesn't it? So let's cut it anyway, and I'll show you what that does, and then we can figure out whether we use those. So this will cut, let's cut a layer. I cut a card front layer. I'll cut that in the middle out. That then cuts this beautiful piece, and it leaves you a plain circle there. So what we could do is cut with that size down. So that circle, let me get the mini cut. This is like me doing a puzzle at the same time. I'm like, oh my goodness, how many layers? Making my let me bring in, this says use the plain circle. Oh yes, so you could do that, could layer that on. Actually, that's quite nice, because I was going to cut that out and create a frame that way, and leave that border. Might still do. Liz says no. Is that not to cut it or not to use the white on the thing? Use the plain circle piece on the mat with a hole. Oh yes, so yes, I will definitely use that. Yes, I'm with you. So that's that. then let's see what we've got here. So we've then got a selection of bits and bobs. But if I grab a white layer as well, we've got that. I was thinking like that then gives us the pattern in there, but a bit of a white in part, but that gives us even more texture. And so we could pop them up on there, or I could cut another, like if I just leave that like that and not use the pink and use the white, the pink layer that way, and have a white background. That was kind of, I'll have that flat and then pop them up, which is kind of cool. I could cut another one of those in maybe a white layer. Let me cut one of them in a white. Too many combinations, I think. So many combinations. Have that as an edge, and then that can pop up. So you can have that popped up. Now we've got the white, we can have that raised away from the circle or just raised up, and maybe have like just a band across the middle instead, so it's maybe not quite so heavy. We could maybe do like a something textured. We could use the texture. We could use this to add some texture to a piece of pink. So if we had like something that kind of, we could have, if we stamp some texture on there, just build some of that. Got a little bit of texture which will sit behind. I'll trim that to fit the size of the card, but you've got just a bit of texture on that pink, and then we could build the wreath on that. We could then have our flowers sitting on here, so we can use some of those leaves and then maybe have some of that. I think that's kind of, I like that, I think, rather than going full on pink. So if we go, looks like Christmas. Oh yeah, it does, because my melon mambo looks red on the screen. Yeah, looks like Christmas. Let me put that slightly higher up, and we'll have that. Got that on there. So many combinations. So many combinations. I think I like that. Let me glue that onto there. Let me glue small dots of glue. Do. And let's try and line that up, which is a little bit tricky, but we're there. It's going to be pinned in place with the wreath stuff anyway. Let's think about what sentiment we want in the middle. What do we want in the middle? We want something. Happy Christmas. No, let's what about birthday wishes or just happy? Or birthday wishes or a big happy? I've got this lovely birthday wishes, which is quite nice. Let's use that one. This is simply said. Yeah, what about like a positive saying? What about something? What have I got? I've got may all your wishes come true. Best of luck. What else have I got? I need to have a good sort through my sentiments and see what I've got. Thinking of you. That's a nice one. I could do the plain thinking of you in that one because the thinking of you is in there. Could do that one. Do that one there. Or just a note. I like the script actually. I'm going to go just a note rather than thinking of you, only because I wanted something that's a bit more scripty, I think. Just a note. There we go. Right, let's swap that out. I mean, birthday's always quite handy, isn't it? Let's do on my jeans. That's all right. And I've stuck that down, but I'll be able to pull that off. I'm gonna chop that, pull that up, and grab another white layer. I've blobbed the ink pad on that. I'll rescue that piece. I should put it in the suggestion box more often than I do, but I would love to have a memento in the same style as our normal ink pads. I'd love a memento in this style of ink pad, because if I'm ever going to drop an ink pad, it's always going to be the memento. It's the one that is most dropped on my desk. There. Saved. Right, let's do just a note. I'll do that. I'm going to go middle. And then start to assemble. Yes, because you can get memento other places, but I wish they would make it a Stampin' Up thing. Shaz says, I use Memento Reinker to ink up the white empty pad. Do you, Shaz? Does that work? I'm assuming it does. I love that idea. I am going to just placed an order, so I won't be ordering it immediately, but I will order one on my next order and give that a go, because that sounds like a genius idea. All right. Mary says, I did that too. Works great. That is good to know. Love that. There's going to be a run on white ink pads now. We're going to be like, right, I'm going to have to buy my white ink pad. Let's start to assemble. Yes, in comes the glue dots. Works for Liz. You'll pass it on to me. Oh, top tip, Liz. Love that. Right. start to gather this together. This is where your glue dots will come into their own, because you then don't get any inky, blobby glue all over the place. So my Spotlight on Nature class is using blends. So we're going to be colouring with blends during that class. And in terms of if you're joining online and you're thinking, oh, I wonder what other supplies I might need, you just need a little bit of the in colour papers, but just one of the, you just can just pick one of the colours. So it doesn't matter which colour, and some coordinating cardstock, and that is kind of the supplies. I've used some of the diagonal striped ribbon in white, but you could swap that out for any ribbon, and that is the beauty, isn't it? Often we can swap out and use different supplies if we need to. Where am I going to put the twine? I know. Where is the twine going to go? Let's see. Good evening to everyone joining. Good evening. Good evening. Anyone crafting along, or are you just having a relaxing afternoon, evening, or morning, depending on where you are in the world? Some of you, it is still very early on a Monday morning. My alarm is going to be set very early tomorrow. Back to work, back in the office tomorrow. Early alarm call. Always a bit of a shock to the system having had some time off, but it'd be good to get back to it. Let's see. I wonder if we need some other foliage. I did talk about maybe bringing that punch in. I'm wondering if a bit of extra froofy foliage might loosen this up a bit. Thanks for the reminder to switch it back on. I know. It's such a joyous thing to turn it off, isn't it? Cancel all alarms when your leave starts, and then not quite so joyous turning it back on. Michelle says, wish I was crafting along, but won't be back in my craft room for 3 weeks. And I've already been away for 7. Oh, it's going to be amazing when you get back. Lots of lovely goodies when you get back. And it will have been worth the time away. You'll have plenty of things to scrapbook about, Michelle. There'll be lots of photos. Right. Let's see. Right. Vicky says, oh, morning coffee. Nothing beats that, does it? A lovely morning coffee. Put that to one side for a second. Okay. Melon Mambo gems. Are there? I'm suspecting we're going to find something that we can use, Melissa. What can we use? Like a focal point there, and then we can kind of come up the other way a little bit. Let's see if we can get some more going round. So, more of a full wreath. I want to keep some of this pattern, otherwise it won't have been worth bothering. I'm going to end up covering it all up. But we want to keep some of that. Free fit. I know it is such an Emma word. I was messaging one of the lovely ladies that does my classes, and she's French, and yeah, I feel like the language, you know, like I am in awe of anyone that can follow along anything in another language, because I am rubbish. I can just about do the basics when I'm in Spain, but that's kind of my limit. Yeah, and then I go and add in words like froofy, which doesn't probably translate particularly well into any other language. Even English, for some people not picking up what I'm saying. So, Heather says she was up at 5:30 to a bright and sunny day, and now she feels tired. Ah, afternoon nap later, Heather. That's the way to go. Gotta love an afternoon nap. Will your day allow it? That's the joy of being on holiday as well, isn't it? Being able to sit down and have a little afternoon nap. Oh, so good. Right. Because I've coloured and painted them, they're all going on. I'm not, I don't think Google Translate knows froofy. No, I don't think it does. Anne-Marie says, number 17 and 21 in the catalogue, iridescent adhesive back discs and glossy dots. Yes. I think that's the way to go, isn't it? A few splatters and some glossy dots. Right, let's get some Melon Mambo splattering, I think. Let's not put dark real red on there. That'll be disappointing. Then it really will look like Christmas, won't it, Paul? I end up throwing red on it. Melon Mambo. Let's try the light first. Yes. Do a little bit more control with the dark. A gentler splat. And then what have we got? We've got glossy dots, maybe. Iridescent. I've got those new iridescents. I mean, they are pretty gorgeous. We've got, what was the other ones you said, Anne-Marie? I'm just looking. Oh. You can zoom in on YouTube. Can you? Can you get a closer look? Ooh. Now it's really close. Now it's giant. Let's do... I love that. Here we go. Right, so I've got some shiny glossy dots. I've got pink ones. Don't know. Those pearly ones look, I like the pink ones maybe better. What about my favourites are these ones. They're so good. I might use these ones. I'm gonna bust out a new pack as well. These are the adhesive back shiny sequins. They're an online product, so you won't see them in the catalogue, and they were launched with the Zinnia suite. So, you can zoom it. That's amazing. That is very good. Right, let me just do... I'm going to do 5 gems. I'm going to go wild with these gems. I'm going to go 5 gems. There. Over gemmed. Can you over gem? There we go. There's those. And we need. What else do we need? I'm not sure. I'm like, the background's all right. It's just a bit plain, isn't it? I feel like it needs something else. definitely some ribbon or something, doesn't it? What about this iridescent ribbon? This one. It's rather pretty, isn't it? This is iridescent ribbon. 163299 if you're looking for it. It is, yeah, I think should I do some splatters across the back, Karen? I think that's a good shout. Let me add some more. Emboss the background layer. Yeah, I'm going to go splatters across the back just to pull that down. And then maybe add the ribbon. Go this side. Longer. This is a pretty ribbon. That ties nicely, doesn't it? And it moves if you want to kind of readjust your bow. That's very pretty. Very lovely. It's got a real gorgeous shimmer. So glitzy. Let's add that on with some dimensionals, I think. That needs a little dimensional behind, I think. I wonder if we could maybe make this pop up on a card. Like, I wonder if we could do, rather than a standard card, we could have it sit up on a easily card, couldn't we? Just because I feel like it needs to be something else. Let's put some on there. To just a note. And then if we do we could do a Melon Mambo card base. Where are we? Melon Mambo. And if we do it as a long card and then score 14.8 and 7.4, so in half, then we can fold that and then stand that on there. So it just gives it more of a, when someone gets it, I don't know, it just gives it a little bit of something extra, doesn't it? So let's glue that on just to that half. And do the bottom half onto there. And we'll add a white layer inside. Maybe we could have a little butterfly in there, shall we? Let's throw all the things. So that will stand up, and then we could maybe have a butterfly just down here, or we could just do a band of pink. Maybe just, butterfly is quite big to sit there. Yeah, I'm thinking the butterfly could be the stopper. Let's do it on, I'm going to do it on thick white. So this is thick white, and I will I will just stamp it, I think, in Memento. Oh, it's a pretty butterfly, isn't it? And then we could use our blends. Give it a bit of a quick zhush. Leave those white edges. And then this is going to fit in a standard size envelope, Heather. So C6, or if you did it in American size, that's your standard envelope. And then that will just fold flat to go in a normal envelope when you're done with it. So then it will just stand up like that. So the card base is just really a normal half a sheet of your A4 or half a sheet of your letter, and then just fold it in half and half again. So that's going to be a standard envelope. But if we do a stopper, grab a butterfly and then antennas. This is in the thick card because I want it to be the more of the, it is going to be that stopper. We'll give it some good dimensions, good amount of dimensions. I'll go right across the, more than I would typically put on something like this. And then if we have that sort of there, you want to kind of look from the side. You don't want your card to be too, you don't want to put your butterfly on without looking, and you don't want it to be oh, excuse me, sneezing. You don't want it to be too far forward, and you don't want it to be too far back. So you don't want that stopper like miles up there. You want it kind of that halfway, but however far up you want that to be, and then we'll have that just sit in across there. Now, just looking for a stamp set before I stick this down, because I had an idea, but I can't see the stamp set on my shelf. It's got like a bee in it. There it is. Oh, no, that's not going to work. I was looking for like a trail to go behind the butterfly, but I think that's okay. Right, there we go. That's cute, isn't it? And we can just put a few more splatters on the inside to match the outside, and then that'll be your stand. There you go. There we have our note card. Just a note. Who wouldn't love a note like that? Using the Sentiment from Simply Said and the Spotlight on Nature stamp set. Definitely has a different look and feel to it when you emboss it in the white, just because it's got a lot of lines on it. You can see that in that stamped image, it's got lines there. So where I've embossed that in the white, that then means that you've got that white, but actually it's turned out all right, actually. So it's turned out nice with that amount of white on there with the white background. And they are the beautiful, they're not the largest of the circles. The largest one is even bigger. I would highly recommend these dies. They're lovely. You've got a lot of options with those, and they are a good size. So there you go. That is the card for this evening. As I say, my alarm clock is going to be going off rather early tomorrow, so I won't stay on too late tonight. What is it now? 9:45. Not too bad. Thank you so much for joining. And as I say, if you'd like to do something different and even more inspiration with this stamp set, then come and join us on the 15th of June. It's 7:30 in the evening for a couple of hours, and you'll have the Zoom live, or you'll have the replay if you'd like to join the class afterwards. So Liz, you made me laugh. Thank you for sharing. I won't read the other comment. Have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, whatever you're up to. Have a good week, and I will see you again next week. Take care, everyone, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.